Hey friends, it's Julie from Plan to Create, and I am here today to give you a flip through my September planner and to run through some things that I have enjoyed about using this planner, some things that I might change in the future, and some products that I really loved using here. So first things first, I am using an inkwell press cover. It is 9-disc system, so very similar to the Happy Planner Classic size, but ever so slightly shorter in height. The cover, the discs, and my monthly pages are all from Inkwell Press. And then I am using weekly pages in the Hemlock and Oak inserts. They come to you in their usual paper that's lovely, but it is not bound into a book. Instead, it is just loose leaf and already punched with 9-disc punches for this type of setup. I have been trimming these pages down that 1/4 of an inch so that they line up because they are actually like Happy Planner Classic size, where the Inkwell Press is just that ever so bit shorter. So I've just been trimming these off and it's been slick and I'm really enjoying this setup. So it kind of covers what I have been up to. And then like I said, I'll just flip you through the pages. So this is the monthly page going into the first week of September, where I was just a few weeks into this system, so kind of still finding my way. And you'll see I just made myself right at home, and I'll kind of go over some of the things that I have enjoyed about this next. Basically, one of the things that I most enjoy is because of the larger size, I have a lot of white space. And in that white space, I am completely fine. I do not feel like I need to have an account for everything I did from 8 a.m. to 2 that day. But I feel like when I have that much white space, then I have like the luxury of coming in and adding some fun little things that I enjoy looking at. And it doesn't necessarily take away practical space. So I'm just loving that balance of having lots of room, having places to sprinkle down little bits of decor or things that I think are cute, beautiful, fun, and still having room to accomplish what I want to in here. Another thing I've been enjoying about this system is the vertical format. I feel like this is very similar to the Hobonichi Cousin. It's very similar to the Aura Estelle, to the Hobonichi designs that I made myself for my half letter. It's kind of been a comfortable place to move into because I've divided it out the same way. So you'll see there's a lot of consistency in my planners through the last few years, and that's just primarily taking it and instead of looking at it entirely as an hourly, which I mean they're there for you if you need it, but I've definitely broken it up and made it work for me in other ways. By just drawing like these thin lines with my N89 Tombow, I'm able to just section it out and basically erase that mental association with the time frame. I do feel like this area here from 8 a.m. to 6 p.m. is kind of time oriented. Like I do stagger my events based on when they fall into my day, if I have something timed or if I've been working on something. But aside from that, these are relatively associated with each day, but I'm totally okay if things overflow from one to the next. It's not rigid at all. This week you can see I forgot to add my incoming, so I stuck it over here. But I have been still building that sidebar and including some of the same things that I've always put on there. And this has probably been my favorite sidebar, just really like nailed it like with the different things that I wanted to include, which was also including some really lovely just decoration that has no practical purpose, just looks pretty. So that kind of covers like the things that I'm really enjoying about this book. Let's go ahead and discuss the things that have maybe been little hiccups or things that I would like to change. And that definitely goes back to the monthly view. If you watched my whole like introduction of this system, you already know, and if you've heard me before, you know I'm not a Sunday start girl. I completely spaced it when I purchased these monthly inserts, and I'm bummed. I don't love the Sunday start, and that is the one thing that probably hasn't been working very well for me. Even now I find myself on my weekly pages kind of second guessing myself, like, am I writing that on the right day? It's like my brain wants to go to a certain spot, and now I'm kind of distrustful of it, which sucks. Like it's like how silly and how fragile is my poor little brain that it just is so scrambled. But it has been a challenge for me to get used to the Sunday start. I think I'm getting better. I think that the first couple months were harder. I had a lot more whiteout on my monthly page. It's getting better and I'm getting more into my flow with that. So while that has been a bit of a hang up, I would say it's, you know, not keeping me from using this system. I do love this paper. I do love the space of these boxes and just how much wiggle room, again, that I feel like I have in here. Adding a thing of deco here, it's not freaking me out because I still have plenty of room to write around it. I do still keep my monthly pages very minimal because they're something that I refer back to for, you know, 30 days or 31 days. So I don't want to plunk something down that I end up regretting, basically, which seems silly. It's a planner, But it's funny how quickly, again, that fragile brain, I can kind of let something like that bother me and then completely abandon ship, need an entirely different planning system. So in order to keep myself from that drama, I just go ahead and keep this really simple, and I'm enjoying the way it's turning out. I like to be really consistent when I'm adding appointments or when I'm adding things to my planner. So I personally know exactly what each and every little symbol means, and they're not something that apply to you, so I don't feel like I have to go into that. But I have been doing a lot more filming this month, and so I've added, gosh, 4 videos, and I wish that they were all with the same exact style of sticker, or, you know, and that's really picky. But I mean, and it doesn't have to be the same one for every month of the year, but like for a month, it would make me happy to have those all be the exact same. So that's something that I'll just kind of keep in mind in the future. These are from the planner spot. I get them every month, so they're a nice asset for me to be able to use on repeat. I have plenty to use throughout the month, so that's something that I can definitely accomplish in the months to come. Other than that, I don't have anything super glaringly obvious that I would change up. One thing I did catch myself doing throughout the month is I started to save this room. This is kind of like an area in which I can do specific tasks that I want to accomplish that day, kind of a place to lodge some, ooh, do this, ooh, do that ideas. And I'm still reluctant because sometimes I'm like so sad, but I'll just admit it to you guys. I'll be like, ooh, write down that you need to create a thumbnail. And I still kind of battle it with myself, like, well, what if you don't get it done today? I don't want to cross it off and write it tomorrow, which it's just, it's a silly game I play, and I'm really pushing myself, like, get over it, write it down. And even if you don't do it until tomorrow, you can cross it off, like, oh my gosh, quit making it harder. So that's kind of in full transparency. I'm still a weird user of a planner. Like, I still want it to kind of be perfect, and I'm at odds with myself on a daily basis of just like, write the stuff down, cross it off if you need to, whatever, like, get over it, get over yourself. So I think you need to hear that side of it though too. That kind of explains, obviously there's times where I definitely get over myself and it just becomes a mess, and that's what this section should be. Technically, it should be very messy. So I guess that's maybe a self-challenge for me, is to make this messy, to go ahead and just dive in, and it's okay. All that to say, I wanted to mention that I kept this section for to-do lists, and then I kind of reserved that 9 to 10 p.m. slot for a box of some sort showing that whether or not I've posted on social media. So this week, you know, fine. This week, oh, we had a few more. That's cool. This week, oh, wow, we had a lot. That's great. I started to realize this week that, like, oh my gosh, I'm going to build a ledge right there. And it's not that the paper's thin, and it's not like I can't take a sheet out, write, and then return it. So it's not a huge issue. But I just thought to myself, oh, you know what? It would probably be smart to not use stickers week after week after week. So you can see that this week I just used this stencil that I recently purchased from Etsy. It's Creative Planner Vibes, I believe. Definitely, if you're interested in like stenciling in your planner at all, she has a really great presence on Instagram, I think, and TikTok maybe, where she shows a lot of examples of all of her stencils. And I just am like dipping my toes into the stencil world, but I just decided to go ahead and use my liner to create these boxes here. They look so similar to the others, so you know, I'm keeping the consistency for the most part, but I thought it was kind of nice to just not have the thickness of a sticker there, so that I'm not gonna, you know, create that entire buildup on my planner. Again, that's like kind of a fussy thing to think about, but it's something that crossed my mind, and I had a really quick, easy solution, so I went for it. I feel like that covers kind of the things that have been working for me, some of the things I would or have already changed up. And then last, I just wanted to focus on some of the products, because I think we all enjoy the products. I think you can agree if we flip open here to what a page looks like before I use it, and then you see what a page looks like after. It has a lot of life on it, and the reason why is because of lovely stickers that provide pops of color, provide some interest, and obviously I'm totally here for that. First things first, I just want to shout out, I always shout out the planner spot, but just in case you're new here and you haven't heard, I do subscribe to her monthly kits, and you can see that it's pretty worked over by the end of the month. I haven't been using these as much because there is a calendar here on my weeklies. I think I used one in my creative journal actually this month. I definitely love these half box and quarter boxes, and you can see that I've been using them for my social media things. I've done those. I particularly like using them here on my monthly to show the videos that I've gotten up this month. I definitely plan to use those in the future, but maybe like on more of an every other week. This pumpkin is from her sheet here, this leaf. So super fun to just work these in, and obviously the full boxes. Like, I love the way this looked, and I like that it's a mix of like several different brands here, so it's really fun for me to keep it fresh. These guys, and this is a well-used sheet. I think I have a full one to give you an example. I look forward to using these year after year. I think I have, oh man, this is what I've got right now. So you can tell I'm really on the verge of running out. This is me running out right here. I have a whole sheet that I haven't used, but I think I could probably save that for next year. But to me, this month, September, it's like, these are what I want to see. I think I failed to use them that first week. Yeah, I didn't think to use them there, but they immediately came out and I loved them. And I kind of like how my sidebar had a little sneak this month. It was kind of sneaking out and into the other areas. And I think that that's fun. I love this over here in the corner to kind of tie in the two. I think that's so beautiful, and the fact that I had the space to do that makes me really happy, and that I did not sacrifice any planning space. So super, super in love with these. We'll continue to use these every September. And so probably I should get like an extra sheet now to make sure I have like 2 next fall. That's how my girl math works. This planner is a place for me to help get the ideas out of my head, to get things on paper. Ideally, this would be a place where I can see the events that I have for each day, and that I can fill in some of these holes, not because I want to write something down, but because I want to, like, hey, I've been wanting to do this, and that looks like a huge chunk of time that I could devote to it. That's like the goal, but that's like very high level for this girl. And I'm kind of procrastinator meets like decorator. I just have like a little bit more of a creative approach. And so I'm kind of just working my way through it, hoping to get there someday where, you know, my time is magically productive. I will say that this was like a turning point for me this week because I had a project due. And that was a week where I really had to, you know, buckle in, get myself together, use my time wisely. And I think that this week helped prove to me, like, I can do that, and I can still balance out some of the other tasks that I have going on at home. So that's probably partly I kind of got in a roll with that, was able to film some footage of different things that I was working on, and therefore shared like 4 videos already this month, which is unheard of for me. Like, it's been a long time since we've seen that. So I don't think I'm going to continue at that pace. I don't think you guys are probably as interested in every little thing that I create as I am. Oh my gosh, that's so sad to think of, but I understand that. So I am kind of trying to find that balance. Like, I get really excited when I create things. So I'm like, oh my gosh, I want to share that idea. And I think I'm finding that kind of middle ground where like people might be interested, people might be like eventually sick of everything that I'm sharing. So I'm going to kind of figure that out. But for September, I just went for it. I had stuff, I had footage. I have finally gotten my camera set up this month. And I have light streaming through my windows, so what's a girl to do? She turns on her camera and she films, right? But anyways, I think I'm gonna wrap this up because otherwise I'm just gonna ramble some more. But I wanted to kind of let you guys know, I'm still really happy in this. I'm looking forward to jumping into October. I think I'll be setting them up with this October kit from the Planner Spot. I feel like she nailed it. It's kind of like, it's not a creepy, scary October kit, but it's like fall and lovely. I think the colors are warm. And they're just things that I will enjoy using on my pages. I did like pairing with this pretty, you know, kind of soft touch. And I don't know if that's gonna work exactly for the next month. I maybe could work with that, but we'll see. I'll find something, or I'm sure I'll figure it out. I'm just looking forward to continuing on with this book. And I hope that that kind of answers your questions of what I'm up to, gives you some ideas. Again, you don't have to be in this exact planner. There are a lot of vertical formats out there available, so you know you can set things up similarly. So I appreciate you joining me, and I hope to share also a flip through of my creative journal. So stay tuned and make sure you're subscribed so you don't miss that next video. And there may not be another video till like next September when the creative juices strike again. You never know. But if you're subscribed, you'll know when it pops up. So I'm kind of joking, kind of not, but I do really appreciate you guys joining me, and I thank you for getting all the way through to here. And until next time, you guys take care.